Ruy Lopez opening, Berlin, El Hermit, Berlin wall defense, 9.nc3h6. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Nc6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. Nf6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Nxe4 captures the e4 pawn and places the knight in the center of the board where it controls many important squares. d4 opens up the center, attacks the e5 pawn and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. d6 retreats the knight to a central square where it attacks the bishop on b5. bxc6 captures the knight and forces black to double the c-pawns. dxc6 captures the bishop, opens up the d-file and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. dxe5 captures the e5 pawn, attacks the knight on d6 and controls the f6 square. Nf5 moves the knight to an active square where it controls d4. Qxd8 plus trades queens and stops black from castling. Kxd8 recaptures the queen. Nc3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. h6 controls the g5 square, preventing any bg5 plus or ng5 ideas from white. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. It is the last book move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.